DJ Nasco, my producer here at Afro City. Good evening to you from Ghana, because it is evening in Ghana as we speak. Hot in the evening is airborne. My name is Kwasi Mensah. I am in the studio with my regular brother and panelists and co-hosts and everything, Mr. CJ Lewis, aka Otafrija Kwabena Ampra Techi. And Chidi is also in the house. Richard Chidi, my West African citizen with Nigerian touch. He is also in the studio. And then today we have, I think this is third or fourth appearance here in the studio. Nana Ejay Perez is also in the studio. He speaks for the NPP here in Ashanti region. We shall delve into some of the issues here and trendy. Now, Serenam Tibia, so in the Abugum Forfeit State Adaroma. They gave us a whole. This is not essay. This is prose. It's very lengthy report about what happened at the Ministry of Roads and Highways. Government Kwame Abuga make Kaisa Gujapa so sourcing once and back Parliament no sorry na be matenten gramos Abuja body no all kasa na by ono kwa so sourcing ono anu was over 44 findings on my which say they are running into several tens. It's a bedu 100 sim re-registration from St. George. Are we going for it? Is as a baby the St. George can and never find I say a better day, and so we shall look at that. President Mahama is all the way in New York City, in New York, in the United States, where the UN Assembly has been convened, and he is proudly representing Ghana. And running there, what the some proposals being, in fact, petitions be to on the reparations. Said the about 4 fire and maybe a criminal or say omutumi etua hoka ewusikam emayene ye digo ni koku ni ade ni na so still na no yesa akwa brofo asa akwaje omu se omu sade ka. I'm sure say sika no omuntua omuntua because guy afa wiase afa Ghana ha nyina ba fa mobre bi antino exam obi count teacher licensure exam. NDC was very emphatic that it is a nuisance. It doesn't make sense. I heard Sami Jenfi saying on authority why it should be cancelled because it is double. It's a duplicate of many things because according to him, the teachers write exam at every semester or term and they still write final exam. So he sees no import of licensure exam. Me and I'm car. As no one call Uncle Kutia Amianya or license utumi twikano. Oh, memoha. You walk tria no crano, say a paho, not supposed to for your quadrant about the cano, say oh dear, say no dear. Then you get to understand. So the U-turn is there. You end this focus on the in fact, fees now you tria the exams no. My increase no. When trans one, there's a teacher no be a work training all right there, but you're not a professional teacher. You're not a licensed teacher. President Mahama, as part of the New York walkway for UN Assembly, no, Nanka Omashishani say, Lincoln University, honor President Kwame Nkrumah Kofa Hokakra. I think so share there for some time and send a war bagana. Omo yesen komobe honor your president, your Mabona Basu, Basubonde Minima de Crow, but Momtaye, blue for sale, but we can't tell. Na omushe senka wa baide kombe afra echi no bi akokatro ma tin se we de mia na akokatro mse papa your president no on the party for the person de mera biba samra na ewo about LGBTQ+ nintino Lincoln University for David Ghana for president no ne mo angasa no de wa mo dwene kono ase mo nya madwen se mo bekomo nim mo chia na mo hwe entino award na nya maso. Then we have the last one, EMP. So we social media citizens, they call them netizens. You should have seen the bunch of cars, heavy duty equipment, mining machinery, Ibrahim Mind the EMP a pushy echo that mind takwano enya sem ketua ena no pay nya newspapers ni Korea Lance and Natural Resource Minister Amakofi Honorable Pastor say competitive bidding be ebem na me no na me hu because at the EMP akwa we bidding na is there some subcontracts bi ho a omo pese ebinim be di bia na say main one na ukobedi against EMP and I say EMP I don't get it. Maybe Chini and CJ will help us with this. Emma so one to me catch so Papa She in fact and then ubika maybe ndimika Papa Sheep and I'm a pa me am ho church yi manofum and I'm sad Papa She people akoza say register court to mobile base celebration of that Lumba say you know in the time no share in March and try the atrim and 25 of March it's a try the atrim so he barely has some 6 days to make it happen or it won't happen at all court to say untimi enyes I don't know if you say minim munu nchumunu chidi baby obeti na sige so na so ediete enti mi de me say Papa She aselu su ba kwa ka ho akoso se was we nya Papa She bodamfo yechi no ankotra ne krom no ammo ne bra nwene ne ma ho a ode nguase a on tese wonwene ho da ene bebre no a whole drama around Lumba's passing and especially the European no stance will take years or big Lumba near year in any once no I think say we name and any be abu abo kasa I don't have any pity whatsoever for their camp because what they are doing I don't get it one pitch. Well, it's not just about me. We have 3 other gentlemen here in the studio. CJ, good evening. Chidi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. My main free follow court issue now, man.
Yeah.
Yes. Team kakra because CJ crash me anything.
I don't pay na me say and then I say ombefe omukisi no. Until I was watching the outcome of it, no matibia maybe till later on na Papa She lawyer no. About say court na IJN case no to 23rd April 2026. Na court no kotenasi ahwehwem na amamresem ne na odi ruling abana ruling ba na se ebubo ebusuapanyi kufugusu ebi so reformer ebi so say order so ebusuapanyi ebubo na ekabia omabobia no obetua mbombo ne dia enti no didi mo obana na you say later bi so aba out a eye ebusuapanyi fufuru a omasi no atwara koma baba firm na represent ebusuapanyi to park ne say omo draw case no in free court. But say all the Asemko court, as you see it here, maybe I'm a passer, see a chance as a woman. Now, pursue sit down also. Now, my also no course, now court in the process of the court in any case, and they say, that's it, yes, I prefer ultimately assassin. It's similar to this,
yeah,
because obey the application, of course, say you find injunction to a unit.
Yeah,
it means say once a court in any case, say a year this week. You can't do it.
You can't do it
unless they finish with every process. And only the end.
Point be, but point be clear. And the Busapenny, Baba Jama represented Busapenny because of the status as a Busapenny. It's for now, which the current Busapenny purportedly didn't see or active. I don't want to talk about Baba Jama says it's only Busapenny to represent
I need certain explanation because if I am your client and my position was I was your opinion, can somebody write to me as a friend? Because I will need a lawyer to explain that to me.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that aspect of it. So when I'm your client and no lawyer, no. If you are represented as a opinion, maybe I will say you too. It's because to park no ABC to the BCC in two.
What did you be
a broad one. It took us work to now. Because also it was paying for park also.
Yeah.
And we a corner.
Yeah.
It's in a section be now could tuna and answer is it the entire family in a tuna one of the amount.
Maybe I'm to see it to the
Let me come and say this thing that is happening it would have been so easily. I blame I was paying to park from the onset. So it was a mistake. But why mistaking doesn't mean say some mistake like I was saying. It was also a cover science in same way in edge. Because I still stand by my principle say and can also want to be action because remember you make cool season for Busiano.
Yeah.
So a section of it any question call or more any immediate family any PCA and I see me I think some come back together and then come here and KBF Kwasi they make up your meaning say oh papa she say is on celebrity akosia say wa
for what oh
on the TRC I have an issue say celebration of akosia say wa no mo if anything about Lumba comes in
so court can take them.
Yes, they can take you to court.
Yeah.
So that's
no, they're already in court. The court already in court,
and the content can be issued.
Thank you.
They need to be very careful with that celebration of life now. Of
don't take it too serious.
Even if what they print and wear depicts much about that Lumba, it can,
of course. The celebration of life na name them who say papa she na kasano and so they didn't share was a lumber you were for last year
a year March
and no castle sabe bonfire so ma cause and pay will be a say fast will be so or boy here then it was a pan time for an assembly we don't want I want to say and no good one must 2 days as a 3 days and now a year we know now the share match na so na court no call na no bibi a chese e court no nye ready so be na ye in this month of March it will not be in gidinia ni say ni tumi ni gidi so sino bia o wi asintino onyankopon aka chene say at once one once san no nya celebration of life. I don't think they are planned anything around celebration of life. It's more about a funeral. So this celebration of life is complete nonsense and I don't think they be happening the way it happening. Onya afidi onya big man kakra.
We see my 1 or 2 years, but the mean to say, akosia se wan kasa ne caliber no hwa ubia kasa ma me hojo but no mdi na chiri omo mo kwa
ba hojo angoja no ho betra na be be no
o da bi hwa omo be ma me ne kakra omo ne lumba ye djuma kakra over the years obo hu ma me na omo ne ma me na interactive pen ubia di ma no adan se oyi nipa pa sebi se dum kro be ya mo on hwe ma lumba tinye basa sa oni lumba nya issue bia wo ho a we be sure say any at least friends say depend go as the sikanim go as obeso wo free ho o say nipa sa de oben wa unya asem so okay when you listen to people around lumba crowd like near recent days like omomunim lumba for a while lumba brothers omo nyina di mami ho dance say we be a we nipa but obo bata no bia wonju
sa papa shi yes
me who say asem we na kasa no nkanye big deal bia because celebration of life after all abusapani to park we kran kan foul literally and foul because so the any say obeye yi whatever happens with emianom because it's not just akusa say what the years obeye ni wo fa nimpo bompoma ka ho so what I say etika we na nkasa nka abusapani to park we no you should just let it go na nkasa ni pakra mo tu no to park na dey call court. So I say we need the entire disappointing roots at Nipan we the akai mo fie na say bo by because some of work pedodo. Nti I feel say to park na say one adwumu down. Sure coming.
Ono akachi to park akachi say you know my it will be everything
akoye. I remember vividly say we make that mean we are not dem baby am san so asema me ken no say won say I say can was compromise na ko hwe na ka at least can say hwe afro onye osika obi amebo bo san free ho eye oyire na o say me celebrate me kura enuanom no say be celebrate your brother bra obobo mai afro hwe so what I say ye kra na ebo anu man ko ya wan power busia no oh the immediate family or boy wo nyina gridi ni wo fire nam go ikwadi we ni age or the two kwa ni brother say be kai mo for say this age my phone two kwa and if they want to celebrate such a person can you say we suppose yes and compromise say enye hwe na ko ni kwa so tete free aside na mmom na nso na wo mu say ngo confirm na team legal wife as one no mo ho nyo e di atem no doso
okay
so what I say he did the table doso dodo
mo di matem
ya see the timi for timi wo ka wa for wati so what I say wo for wabeti it say we deal with such people who perform na wa nya butraye they plan wo no ma obi obi na na kasa boko because I dey amu ye kra na me say the successfulness of this no I was in doubt so I dey we go successful because we say ye no anya successful it is always something your friends say better we have to plan well to we have to na bring everybody on board
Well, what say Papa she plan me na ye.
No for we no be na on say da ya ko si me kasa say we kire me say nipa bebre o so me aso for mu kra Bible krom ha no say kenya psychologist
dam fan
enya psychologist ma no mo try 2 months say sake wo mo be so adikito be say o ma brabo ma ko mo nya aso fofo so what I say me kasa say because me nipa be 1 or 2 me for you me say sa we on na mo so for kra Bible no no ma bi the fanity e be kasa chen kakran ya me asem kakran so afanya me it don say we be extremism what I say too extreme so what I say really about unkofie nkwadwe ho ko a was celebration of life.
What does that mean?
For Akosia Sewa. How do you celebrate Akosia Sewa? Say celebrate me who had father the number.
Yeah.
So what I say dem every na kakra ne chidika say enyi obusapenyi na issue letter amaja Baba Jama which Baba Jama which I agree on that say indeed say change obusapenyi na Baba Jama capacity as a lawyer and represent obusapenyi of the corner.
Yeah.
So what I say it's a changing near dinner to they can write some more case no. Which Baba Jama is entrenched to say obeko court and draw. But as you say you almost accepting new one say indeed when they was opinion that I don't know.
Well no dear also I quite know there was a time we can say was opinion more to know actually you don't want to know we na CSC and it is on the back of what happened this morning in court you know we can wait and see maybe from now to Friday we get to see whether indeed that was opinion is happening. Eti obi say April 29th say o man ko withdraw case no mo call back court to be where e say na kwakwesi.
Na celebration of life no date be.
It should have been this weekend.
Yes. And now coming to that. I would say yeah a lot of cases be ba. You doing yes so do man santi be bra o. Yeah. So what I say because same judgment amodema say on the injunction I'm granted wa Accra.
Yeah.
And I'm call back say one man this number of hours one fat amount amba no ma busa penyu kwan say onkoye na yi. Into person which say Akosia Sewa so invest any busa penyu friend say offer movement offer no chiri na full case offer boku omo invest sika na
omo invest.
Okay, who the cross asem say ne mo be far no be twa say sika no. What I say, but that was the original judgment for against Abusapenyu for the funeral. But they were called back, say no, confess can be better. So some Kamosoma confused the same. What is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. Kamoma confused say okay. Also so send a Dane where the mouse say, yeah, my Akosia Sewa the team an hour or 2. Go and bring 20 million Ghana cedi. If you can't afford it, the funeral goes ahead. Then the same way some come catch confused. Okay, no problem. What can you mom so do this stage? If you are back out there, same thing. Yeah, this hours go and bring this amount as deposit. So one farmer they are entitled to do it. But Amanasa, it's precedent in set here
to push for that.
I don't think the lawyer did not push for that. I don't think so.
With that one, I want to say also Baba Jama representative.
Yeah,
they push for it.
Yeah,
because once the rule, the civil procedure is a rule. Once the rule is there and you can apply it.
I think so this case when he said
the immediate family is not interested in say we are go back and forth.
It's not about the immediate family. Case when use among for the one searchy brick room. Because I follow sometimes what is happening on the team legal wives now. Ebi anu ayadodo. When you be organ habia em say omo to waso pa.
Say bia no omo nyina no ayada dey.
Ebi mo wu kasa ye pa. No, some legal wife ebi mo kasa ye pa. Ebi mo kasa ye man. But do na no ya.
Omo amini mo.
What you say? Akwesi bi no ya o.
Hwe bi ko bobi anyina.
I say very man wa from the media man.
Yes obi anim denden dey say gym.
Na para na dey yara na
dey see ko busa. So what you say?
Ti odobo ni for so bia no ya obi anka chewi so obi mi na say punk compose dey.
Yes asabu bi ma yen kasa bebe nti omo so omo ma ba down because omo di bem. Le ukokot ujina court adakam. Na asema yebusa offense opponent na come wa yen peje nsan kasa o. Because I didn't call your favor. Why do you be kasa kwa be say wa. Nti omo ma advise omo on talking. So I say by team legal wife no him say case be say kotia o. Clearly case be one by common law by common sense we be him say we the team legal wife say mu di bem. So people are also thinking say upper hand be o baby ana But me to me who say he's in Biabo. Based on sending a wood Ghana hampering for who do be brave. It's also
even the judges.
So I say, say my judges bribe. How can you say this on air? Say your judge Sika, a judge bribe and son, a granted first injunction. As I've been doing, and today you know, so come somebody better I say to be more and bribe. It's a strong to legal wife appeal a case now, but that case is very important for Ghana. Cases a subsequent cases because a very additional other friends say generations coming.
All right, Jimmy, what do you expect in April if they should come back?
I think they're going for the moment be out to chat.
Now actually I can't be as well.
They should let things go.
Mammy, why you before?
Mammy, I see her.
By a lot of people,
somebody are all fighting for her rights.
She's not fighting for
but just right. That some people around here in M1 and the CJ can where it has gotten to me if I were here, I come back Germany, I just cannot answer. Obi etim the question. Kunu. What na Ghana ha
ye kunu uja me.
Ni kunu uja what na Ghana me kwada na asha se me kwa se nka e sha se man kama ne nkasa. Ka wonye di na komba. Oye eye ni wi na obedi ni kunu ha na so silumba wari mi ni case ma be mi kuna. Silumba no mo japade o Germany. Matena so.
Don ka be am say enoso sa.
Enoso kwa matena so. At least no be pebi. E hono na aba am no obi kan.
Odo boni dia say dem see hunu no nya da
odo boni issue mi
akopre bibi so
yes akopre say hono dey dia usuafo no e ba say bia ye be ye hono mu obi kan.
Okay,
what I say?
Yeah,
ka me na me ono na me yes ha at least no ka eju on ma ka they know say it was wrong.
Okay, abusafo we between say abusia o masesa abusia panyina mpa enti omo kwakoye free court ro ye twen say ma from April ombeko na fi makudi na beko say so no ye between the celebration of life no dey ema so china papa shi eti pe bitina udi agro boya no akunya contempt of court asemi mfa ho na ke di utum be na otwe baako na yesu yi na niama wo sa yi ho a e ka be study no say crache baby onipa na said we da for ma wo di ni ho agro no fata. I mean, he doesn't deserve that from you, Papa Shi. Stop it. Okay, now let's move on. Now, I will not ask you about this because it's not very important to you. When you say open and someone SCC na etumi edi o man ko na nim na chi no na open BT. But my main friend free we dey Mr. Free CJ so. Sa dey o man panyi kan e wo New York you do say. Chinchina cha brofon dey ka because o mbeto toye. Omo slaves omo de pack sardine de egu ship mu efa apono so okani na se dey see hwe no emancipation day no okani na bi ho yare worship no ma no mo yina to atwene bi wo so mpa so no abekwa no huri na wo mu konso a wa ho de no yo to boden wa wo week no etimi cry ekun cry say the boy yare no say. I mean, if you hear these stories, many of us who have read around this subject, you can see how gruesome the whole period. It ran for more than 100 years. Was slave castles dotted along our coast in Ghana. We can just point to. What is it now about 20 years? So, father said, seat of government. Vision. But here we are. This is 2026. And almost every president bill may be in the Kwanko UN. Saturday, Otaka. But the same Nigeria president, former Nigeria president Buhari Crown, so Ebo should be paying. Some other presidents from Africa have hinted this. But it looks as if some of the born Ebo so this time, there seems to be some overwhelming support or in favor of what President Mahama is saying. But we heard from President Trump saying the Ghana president Nekikane Agrobinowodi. What at all are we fighting for?
Yeah, but see, I would say, after how many years? 300 years?
300, 400, yeah.
So, how?
Why now?
Why now? That's the point. I really don't get it. After 300 years plus, look at the generations Abako. It is who is paying. The current generation is betrayed for their great sense of great in example. It is any infinity. So they are saying. I don't understand. President Kufuor started.
Yeah, Kufuor Kebi.
Let's not mistake say President Mahama Nature. Kufuor is a human rights lawyer.
Right.
Made this speech.
Okay.
Reparation and he started it along with the year of return.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he actually championed it. But NBC was saying, I am telling you on the authority. But Mahama they all right so Boko can't once a man. Double standard the way politics no. Me not looking at say right here and I see but me can't say based on the original cancer. Because MPP started Kufuor when he started the year of return was part of his the championship said no, in fact we were not treated fairly. In fact we deserve some reparation.
Yeah.
I remember vividly how Kufuor read his statement.
Yeah.
And then there were people in the opposition then saying Kufuor was sending my man or my Ghana or my message in here.
We cross President Mahama we are catching them as what Pamu Chief Justice yeah. What you want fire for
what you say?
Party
What you say? You probably or more apologize or say we are not looking for money, we are looking for apology. And they say Trump never apologize for them.
Trump
no father or no or a slave owner. Trump a grandfather no a slave owner. I mean we should be serious. As we can do this as a friend say AU Africa and then we can find a means of championing through that. But maybe I'm seeing Canada. He has no moral rights or well, why am I saying this? Right. Let me finish with my point. Yet Chairman Rollins, we do not do and my Messiah, ye Babesia by me, a can apology ban over their mind. No, NDC is born from a friend say that revolution.
Yeah.
It is a preparation, apologies for reparation. Yeah. You should start from home. In fact, during the reconciliation for the year, NDC never apologized for calling you treaty. Appearment camo industrialists for good Messiah friend say judges say has NDC apologized for that. Because they cannot associate themselves from a friend.
According to President, was a Bonisuma and a Bonisum.
What I say? So we see we will apologize for over 300 years. 40
years.
We have something to do 40 years.
Yeah.
So as I say again, promises we will make here in offense NDC 1 and NDC 2 both Mahama. If we are more apologize. When they really apologize, who can say automatic offense posting for nurses and teachers? What post? It's not working. Licensure is in Bruho. Where you turn? Why apologize? They see many problem. They say
LGBT.
What you say? LGBT are 7 ankasa kwa de. Come ankasa fantastic. Who catch you Kufuor they say on number 1 stress honorary doctorate or the university for also chinchi momuso so say mama ankasa that switch.
Yeah, I remember.
We buy the first one and the one got stressed. Who compare second one? Okay. What are the other budget? Setting so. Be assured, all of a sudden
they wanted to disgrace him. I know for sure. I believe so, honestly. And this one he went to a because one could not open a kinta. So we want to all the just uncle fools such in church. Mona just a gift for America for fighting, UK for fighting, and the panel. San or tear Yango Pombo, we are in the power of attack. Not all things are made for us to
yeah.
At the boy, but you know, I want to say that. They just say you will be not a tabachinity. It will be anonymity. I can say anybody. We don't get it, but I mean, just say you're coaching kind. Egokono. Eti say, and young Kodaimu will be penny in the FFM Kora, name Penifumi, na. You bet me a restriction say our real name property owning means our previous
our real property owning that law is still natural canal.
Thank you.
That
me who they say to coaches back home. Now, oh yes, sir. Oma obi a open young. Be any say omudi sadi we. Epaso. Na we kra no mo ye ni. Say we so wate. Say be a wonko. Na kade ni so. E no call no do entrance no so. Ya nyama African
Dr. UN.
Well, let me give you the voting results with the petition that the president gave. Those who voted for him in favor of that petition was 123, and 3 people voted against. In fact, 3 countries voted against, and then 52 chose not to be part of the voting process at all. So he had an overwhelming majority there. But the main culprit, these are not victims. We are victims. The main culprit, which is the United States of America, are saying, the president is saying, what our president is saying, he can go and sit down. All right, Chidi, what do you say about that?
Oh, well, I think, sir, what the president has done is very good, because at least some people started advocating for it. And the history, those who were in America, when they started, the African Americans said, before free animal, educated, no. They started advocating for it. I know a woman rights movement, because of the segregation and somehow of the black people or people with different race were being treated in that American land. Now, it is time for us to let us know, say, this is a crime crime of humanity. Like, this is the greatest crime that has ever happened in humanity. So, obiting the baby, no abe fana ko ni slave, ayaka die.
Otoyo.
What?
I'm funny for more.
Then I'm going to say, who initiated it?
You say they are
conceptualized that.
No, slavery was there. Let's not make that confuse the two.
I'm not saying that slavery.
Our ancestors were actually practicing slavery
among ourselves.
in the Bible. They are slaves.
Slavery.
So they say,
but the way so were taken from this place and how they were treated.
Yes, that one I agree. Because mostly na haruna komo fast slave na. They were treated like almost a family.
Yeah.
But they didn't know say that was the kind of hardship.
Yeah, that was
that's
white and black.
Yes.
And the last slave also back to the country. I forgotten they were two, a woman and a man. Only who that last, they died in this 90s in Chibia.
Okay.
Now our former presidents have been talking about it, and I appreciate the fact that you said that. Rollins spoke about it.
Yeah, Rollins
spoke about it.
Rollins
Mahama spoke about it, and President Akufo-Addo, even though not champion to the extent, said,
yes,
we will do that line every price, kind of bedding. But because of politics, but look, I'm relating this to tourism.
Mm-hmm.
For now, the African Americans who are in the diaspora will have certain dignity. So at long last, what they fought for. Where the thing started, they've come back to say, what you did to our people is wrong. And we are coming back for you to say sorry to us. And now, the year of return, I don't know Mahama a BCMP. So I would be surprised, say, more African Americans or more African who see themselves as Europeans, will start coming back. Say, yes, Ghana has won the battle for us. The recognition that we needed, finally, it has been granted to us. That's J.K. Simbi. Say, ye kope BBC if you baby no. Yes, you ain't kaka echi. Say, your mouth football on so I am with a yakaka day.
Baby,
the poor macho.
Party nekum nipa for about 4 former heads of state.
Yes.
I don't mabu duye no komu se preku.
Yes.
They
are suffering for cattle.
Also saying sorry to ourselves.
In the no otonsa or one of the appetites to no. Sika nyina ono de o ma hada anyane so no anyini
because in since it is time for people to also say sorry.
Yes,
for the SC because there is a certain family in Nigeria, let me say Fela Kuti family, they will never wish Obasanjo well.
Never.
Because of what Obasanjo regime did to Fela Kuti
when he was military ruler.
Yes. The way of treating him, and because of that, so that family will never forgive Obasanjo and his descendants. Similar to what happened in Ghana. There's a family who are they will never forgive what certain people did to them unless they say sorry. And sign will be obeying or some media because other companies say go crewman say. Because of maybe it is time for us to also say sorry. But what the president has done, I applaud it.
Okay.
Because our people in the diaspora will feel say yes, we were treated well and our dignity has been restored.
All right.
It is time for them to come back home. Because Kwasi, we are African American. So only be an down. When you see when you are speaking, especially in your local dialects, and they are not able to communicate one and one, they cry. We have Japanese Americans that speak Japanese. They never miss their culture. But if people have been raised of their culture, when they took them there, you felt Kwame champion and I say Messi Sidu Messi Amesi Dua and I say Amo Usu and Abno Usua they change your name to John Smith Mary Schwansteiger
yeah,
do you know any African American who was born in America, raised in America, and a descendant of 4 years backwards? You can say, I'm coming from this, so this is the name of my family. It doesn't exist. And only idea of Musumo. But Donald Trump can trace his family that this we come from Germany, this is where we come from, this is our hometown.
Yeah.
But the African American cannot see that story.
Yeah.
Or by blood, a Ukraine ancestral, a Ukraine. The
exact family
that he or she is coming from. He or she doesn't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't give them that accurate.
Yeah.
Also, you see the way I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
Hey yo. Hey yeah. Na Ghana phone ko e share ho kwa na phone no me ko mo chawo. Only otitwi no kwa he or she anaso otimi because he or she feel proud.
Yeah.
But when an African American joins you, the narrative changes.
Yeah. They look like we are working.
Hold on some bagana.
Why you don't know maybe a free come.
Bagana no mo nama. By a Japanese American can meet a Japanese, no Japanese casa. A Chinese American, a Russian American can meet a Russian, they will speak. But an African cannot meet his or a fellow African and speak.
Except maybe a Kwaba.
I look why you see the way they struggle to organize the world.
It's true.
That's why I'm saying it is time the Ghanaian communities and African community now Aboriginal should do these people a favor.
Okay.
When this as time goes on, they will start changing them. Everybody knows Oko Atlanta. They have the Igbo community. They are all Oko London. Yes, they should start doing that. At least now that their dignity has been restored, the African Americans should start seeing these people. Take your children to them deliberately. Let them learn the language. That we are rewriting history.
Now that African American now can I say
almost racist.
Definition of racist. One of American. One language what here.
Some of them are racist. Them generate some racist.
Yeah.
This guy is an African.
Yeah.
But I'm really saying the skin color near.
No. Skin color now. Yeah.
But they shameful aspect of it. They say there was a time when they were being referred to as Black Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
American.
Okay. American. Okay. You
yeah. You don't see white Americans.
But
so what do you call them?
You're African American. There you feel proud to be referred to as African American. But meanwhile, when you're African, your problem. I know I can say this guy is an African.
Yeah. Robert,
because national cake there.
All right, can we move on? We have some other topics we have to touch on. We wish the president well. I don't know exactly because UK almost some of them touch rose, Japan map no. USA etuti Israel. I say we could the government no moyaka. On to TTI and afi Argentina. Open one country racist, systematically and nationally racist. Argentina. One was a black player, Argentina national team.
Ezekiel Gary. He was played for Real Madrid.
But 5 can.
Ezekiel Gary and
but 5 can. So about 1.
With the Argentina story that we are seeing, the Argentines that are there, they are Europeans.
Okay. So Hitler phone goes right now. It's Nadia Akusirino. There's a whole list of all the countries that voted. If you are information savvy, I'm sure say on Sabeka. Now, teacher licensure exam. This time, Nanaji can come in. Nanaji, I mean, pick your thought on this so-called reparation, blah blah blah. What is it? Because it's not a problem of GM alone. I remember that some way somehow, President Rawlings, used to touch on some of these subjects, not in a way manner as a Kufuor wanted to be a champion of something, but once in a while, especially at the UN, when they are giving speeches, they will mention some of these things. But it looks as if nobody is listening. Even if they are listening, they are not paying attention or they are not ready to pay a dime. What is this current resolution from JM going to do or not going to change? 5 minutes, sir.
What do I say? I could see.
Yes, sir.
Na minchia ye 1 hour prayer or share or fidie and one so would see. obi o na oti ba no ntumi yede enhwe ti manchia omichia MPP for magibre a omutie obi bia o hwe bia on all the traditional media and the social media and so no. President Mahama so I call US abonten so ko keka sansam na kire Trump and me na neje die meka sanye ne hu hiani o mehwe so no mobile so tiase
e do ka che Kufuor do
senia wo kan no the same thing ye ni atambia aka so tiase se Kufuor ko fa Ghana beyond gate and the year of return here they are doing in buy say embe boosti the confidence the tourism the year work room as say no ko ka ho asem na mutumi ka chen say the wakoye mpo no de insurance so papa bi ye de eba oman so to make sure no ga chen say ye de you know mbebu ne maya this your man ayeyi ana na ko ka asem na cho na me ko te ya say omompa ya cho onu bro ni no be pa cho what do we here wo de bia wa fa o chance ya kugina man so e kwa kwaji sika what do we here e okrupa
okwacho
what do we here okrupa and they look at what they are doing to this young guy abutrika
yeah
shede omo de ye no
omo
she ni ba okrupa obeye ye mayo isai
oko George ga se oko
asembe na Russia be friend say ambassador ne kai oso omumbra na supreme nti wo be dey akwa china afa na otima masani interpol akoko e different countries so say opie mo hwa ne ache no o maye dey akwa china nti unsu hu wo bebi ni unsu hu esi ewo mu say nya de papa de so what I say ba esi ewie o be nden wetu e kofa nipa o di obugu nsu no nyina aba nya de be yi so ye hwe kan ye de ekoye ni mu nti president mama na o ka so me pa acho no wo party a ofri mu ba mo di Ghana boni ena ewo se wo kra po nka wo pa acho mo di acho pa mo de ma Ghana wo ko jina ko se crew
na sikai ba si ene o de be boy ni
na ko
se
skana bedru
so se de pi
skana bedru ha
o ba mi some question no
skana bedru ha
well
omo ko je gwata na mo be fo sika na wo ti ho ate omo de yere
mi nim de mo de
gwata na mo be fo no ma Ghana
omo ko na so aro
na se nkofo bi so ama Ghana kasi omo ji ho tefa na wo ti
tefa
ide mo ko akwaje
tefa yede ade
kakra omo ko ji frechiri
ndi tefa
omo ji ye no wo ti ho ate
maintain that
nte ho ate de omo de ye wante so ta say but today omo sa se mo ko je di abeden mo de chese ska bia nso mu di okro we mu
this guy now see you guys say na no time cry no start here no pushie enti I say adepa bia no aka no kan say government continue enti nka adepa bia no e so to aso di no
to ska bia nso mu di the issue is so ye pe achew pa okrom ha the NDC omo na wo so mpa Ghana for achew hwe businessmen na na ewu kroma amugu omo adwuma hwe ku ahodo am ye ewu kroma ma manfo omo hwe wo mo nkwa e wo Ghana say iti mo that track record no why is that in the room eyi
twa auto
wo san ko kaze obi se ko bi be pacho because wo na ewu ti krom pe wo sabio nyansa na onim de mpa na otu be de
speeches
de mpa na otu be de
we give speech African leaders
friends summit ni bi na wo ko ma speech kra na wo san 18 ho wa no fomfom wo yi script kra wa chokra wo say ayira
anything it busy no fom de enya hwe
no fom na obi otumi gina ho no wa say me friends me sheet ni bi is missing brother mama
at the UN
o we fi ho
wow
2016
ase me script ni bi amiss
tata na editor hama wa around
so how much I say on beginning na first 2-3 months na
so just say dia na abrobo ni nyewo anya the papa
no he's not asking for himself he's asking for and on behalf of Ghana and Africa
Ghana and Africa me say the obeye bia bro ni no fa ho once I want to me fa o chance nko eyo na mai so kopet skepri no ho
every day
okay kompem say ebibi mind be kabum na ye ya adwen se ye ya ye betumi ayeden e die ho so wo ye ni sika na wodi dollar ya wo kan okọ Ghana port yen no na mo de yeju
akoto ye gold akoto dollar se de be ya American dollar no be ye
stable wo sika na wodi o ti Ghana o ti bibi me
what's our gold
o se ko di
akwaje ni dollar o se me
no tina se o me power cho mo se we serious and in your ma se we use wo kro we nyina no majority of them o ko fa free ni ko
employment ade nation
ndi die na wo beka e wo group e bi die na beka etimi de president mama say a chop bi wo group ha wo aban na wo tesu na wo so de a chop na bread Ghana for because wo party a free mo ban o me di Ghana bonepen ku esi wo group anu nyina wo party na di mu e tinti
we don't come ku yi mu te say MPP for na mo she
first ku wa wo be wo e ku wo nya and this for PNDC and o mo de wo NDC for
ngoma de ne
Emblema de ye humo every minimum hwe UP then nu hwe
oh sure
so I say you can clearly see say ye kasi ye ko ye chi akokan abakosem a mo emra mo ye ku no mo se mo pese mo bridge the gap between the rich
and the poor it never bridged
but
transparency accountability and transparency
enkroma aye factories ahodo ye okroma mo and this for mo na mo dem ready buy
diversification
program all this factories.
National diversification policy
TV3 we say na Ghana di
that's a GBT boy ni yeah so can da hoye bia
mo na Ghana di why na ewoni as we speak NDC friends the Kwachi family
Lebanese people be beto ya establish here na mo chobo kona
nyoma na ye Ghana di bia mo ka say coups awodo amoye okruma to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor ensi okruma watch my trace near the lights
AGC to che
so I say ye be baba ko no ho ye be kan wasam yi pa enti president mama be hwe su no bu man ukoye ze ukope friends doctorate bi de ato ho so ne ya be fe Dr. John Dramani Mahama na mfa ba krum na ba betana na be bu man.
Okay, but if I'm through Amra, I then asadi amfa. Would you say LGBT say as we speak, yen share mrebian to say yen Ghana your position on LGBT. How can you base on something that is being planned? That's something that is in the process, something that has not yet been concluded in a country. Now they are punishing president, they are disgracing it to this extent. Say on case on mengages on one cause more basu. One more minimum the book wasn't possible one basu. I read na me babe so yempamane ati se mama emu hono mo gbe ni bibi ho ade o ma bi agree bibi ho but we have to be concluded
before omo be ma osa abasubode no omo di kan no communicate
e do mo ni kan hu ya sana mo mi
and am so no di omo kan no communicate be boa no mo no wa hye hu ni
na mi dem minim to this
mo omo di kan no communicate enti omo se obi na akoka se de
Nana naro na akọ
na kufa do nim ho hwe MPP ni bi nim ho hwe na mo da baba che MPP fo sa na nne makwa ye omo se asukwa ho interchange bi obi de yi akọkọ mo de be she MPP fo nim ho hwe mu MPP fo nim ho hwe aye mo nu wasem na ejeje wo mo ne o mo nu wasem e die na man kan fa kufa do ho e fa this LGBT
omo se na busha fo nyina yeke
nene ka president mama se nka sen na down for ni chocho mucho even Andrew Solomon
be be in league we president down for no say o
and I'm say na ni chocho mucho pa
ready
na ehwan ya na president mama Andrew Solomon and also president mama book you okoto say is my first school dita Andrew Solomon to say
I think he was a
October is it 200 or so over 2000
he was the highest bidder now
na down for pa no gay activists will be as a case. Did they now work out room as a it is also among farmer on your better baby. Now, in some of the year campaign, but 2-1 among group because LGBTQ only one winning. Yeah, I idea about what to me, especially the Christian community
and the Muslim community.
And then one can I'm found. Oh, I'm before person Messiah. Now, me, Mama, dear me, ba Messiah
1 week.
Messiah
2 weeks
and then me no kasi. You tell me say
15 months near me.
Mo. And now catch you say, yen go back and go church more frano, sa de way and yet I do ring. Sakas and yen country we.
When you can't be deliver them. We see you over Kai.
Saturday in Casa yen country we. You catch your muddy dada. Dear can say, and run and say I spine. Fuck keke. But payment neck to me God wasn't. Azani kuntumpu for mubumai. Azani kuntumpu for mubumai. It is present mammy. So much more farmer, but probably
okay.
Number fee. Ghana for say yempe. Now no parliamentarians now. Since the Mukra
absolute majority.
Mom pass sekeke. They some money abring. The more lady, a cheap professor, the more imagine some of the one can say a year the Catholic one for them. A corn, and some of Catholic. Don't go back and go country.
You see morals, new social.
I mean, imagine.
Yeah.
It depends on Mama Deo. Or you're working evidence of in someone Ghana Foka. Some politicians in Kano Kren. But the mama you're working evidence.
All right. Let me take your thoughts on that quickly. CJ. Where the president or go wrong in being a president of a country that is, we are not even in the process of drafting any law, because as far as I'm concerned, that law was I mean, it expired last time. MLB Speaker Babi etiho I don't say the way I can drama no what kind of what you mean anya hoche. There's no Sam Georgia or the main proponent. If he's so bad by him this time, no, he has never coughed about that LGBT. So as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing like LGBT agenda on any table here in Ghana. Why should Lincoln University invite our president and disgrace him like that?
Well, all friend invite, I've always made this point, say, you see, last time I was saying, say, Muhammad say, Bumpty, ne, be here to be Viska, I'm a Kufa de Areno. In the same way, now be, obey Muhammad, no, Pacronia, I mean, fair say, similar. Or say a Kufado, and I'm no, or Chinchim universities, sir, always. And to me, maybe be inviting if you buy, maybe minimum will be only inviting. But all some say, Muhammad, a friend say, has no issue with this. Muhammad making stands on the LGBTQ. Minimum making stand. Minimum say it's not, the law is not necessary.
Yeah, we said
necessary. At the end of the day, no, what for? Yet he is making a living or bra. They anything of this sort, you know. Engines, money, in fact, the society near norms near culture, they use it here. Why can't I catch him? My papa say, Sebi me. Anyhow. Who far because of political expedient in there. Who they decide the renee politics. Mahama Kase, or no, as a member of Assemblies of God, when himself bar on so gays or sign. It's Mahama, I'm making the stand known. So as I said, they are Lincoln University, so almost stand as a university. Of course, so probably they didn't know of this stance. And then someone will let them know.
Yeah. Someone, I mean.
So as I say, will let them know, said, no, this is the man we are inviting to honor. This is the stand I want making. And that will make a point, say LGBTQ law no is not in parliament. It was a friend said, has been a friend said, they have a private member bill. Yes, has been reintroduced. Or I pay on other paper twice or so. I see. A banner will redraw more chaskele with it. We say, and we here, LGBTQ law is not necessary in this country of ours. Because almost on file LGBT anyway. Quran Malap on file LGBT anyway. Also for Kwame Mensah on file LGBT anyway. Now let's go higher tea. Enemy and someone yes. I have you remember a bit. So what I say. It's at the end of the day, why wasn't because of politics in team? Hey,
I said there was no menace. There was
just a no here.
Menace me. Chili, una young kakra also you look fresher. Munam krum usatuti the heart of the city. Dabana nam krum no yanko be abo na ohwese ball na otumi se onya simbi obeka. We have a menace of LGBT in our society here in Ghana to the point say so man shishe emrana e de kebe.
Kwasi, I think say as somebody can be our first one again. Me no now take Roma or Beno be ambo me to that. For me, at first, I was with the people that were saying that we don't need any law. But President Mahama Bayen, when I said after the Constitutional Review Committee, Omaka said we should allow people are more diaspora now to hold public offices, you know. Then it has changed my view. So we need a law.
Yeah.
Once you can slavery assembly, and now you restore your dignity. You know no more so akako da nesa uncle Funibi. And we have Ghanaians
32 years Oma had that on your own.
Yes, we have Ghanaians who hold two passports.
Yeah.
Say Ochinebino, ye passes some Maui. Say Ubia Okra dual citizenship. It's me hold the public office or have. A time will come, that is when the statement President Akufo-Addo made will happen. Say in my era or in my time as a president, it will never happen. But a time will come.
Yeah.
And that time starts from somewhere. And that now a panel on person or more amendment said there be people who do our citizenship can hold it. They can come in a form. You never know. Say they carry this agenda.
Yeah, find a way, even if it's not agenda crana, it's possible.
Yes.
You know UK, you know Holland, you know a normal for man to have.
They study. I was when we didn't make us a salon and your papa.
I'm making a point. I'm making a point. You see, they will come. They will definitely study.
Yeah.
They know how the terrain is here.
Yeah.
They will come with for you not to see the agenda.
They Ghanaians who were born
there, who have become
now,
like these people will come for you not to see that this is the agenda that you are carrying.
They are coming home.
But you are coming home. They are coming to hold public offices.
Yeah.
It's unfair. Just be try no. Because this one and the thought escaped my mind.
Go ahead.
That law is unnecessary. That law, I say, allowed offense a dual citizenship to hold public office in Ghana.
Okay, no, okay.
Yes, it's unnecessary. Maybe the law. I will look at so. I'm making him. Grassroots are most modern party. They are both NDC and MPP.
I don't know the use.
I was almost sorry to Mary. Politicians they are military. Almost some money.
Also MPP for now. I can.
Both politicians. Almost some money. So grassroots both MPP and NDC. So fight against this.
All right.
But what is MPP can want?
David.
Saying this for the champion of my ID because they have people there. When it comes to science, for MPP have it.
So link it to the LGBT.
You see, back to what I was saying. When these people start coming, they will come. They research. They know how the society operates. They have all manners of scholars in all disciplines. They have sociologists, psychologists. So they know how to set that agenda. By the time we realize they will establish themselves in these political parties. They've gotten to know, say, Ghana for the you see, I try when you are people know this better than tribe. Because I'm not politics, I don't do any more than tribe. We now have people, if you are anywhere, asante. But politics can separate them. That divide and rule tactics. They will establish themselves in these political parties. Do their political agenda as if say they don't have any agenda. Now, when they get the number that they want, then let us come back to have this conversation. Intuition banana crown say we don't need LGBT because you've opened a window somewhere for dual citizen to
come back and have a meaningful position.
Because also Jachi question previous government, we see that concern. They say you should allow people with dual citizenship.
You know, a victim.
Yeah.
Remember, Papa.
And you see, when that thing happens, when that thing happens, that is when the country will get to know, say, sorry to say, we fool ourselves.
So if we should have these laws by now,
if we are to have this law,
how is that going to stop?
We should stop that dual citizenship for never say more public official. We should rethink. We shouldn't create any rule.
Why? Because some of them are sharp. Or more content with change. How do you see education? They got
the
exposed.
Kwasi
Mensah was in the Bucha as an order.
Yes.
Bucha was in the Bucha as an order.
Without having a citizenship.
Was in the Bucha as an order.
Or the patriotism they got in America. When himself about the 7 in mind, so he never opted for any citizenship. What I say, it doesn't matter. Your friend say, "Yeah, can't." Your friend say, "Lumba of anybody say, oh, could do this? I know this. Over American over. Yeah, you end up having a friend say, So they say enti say wo so betra wo do Ghana na be som Ghana no matter the age I do be too kwan kone ko ye be we be our mindset say wo be som wo man enti ade be we you have the country at heart to the mind na wo ba na wo crowd citizenship because of your politicians you must so be nyina go agodo I'm telling you this. Now, Ghana for grassroots, for one time, escape.
Okay.
Because when you say we started constituency, polling station, when you say you are climbing to the ladder, and then you be the bad about you, trouble and when you be, when you trouble any be, what was I know about the DMP? What the Misika?
What
I said
to NDC.
Thank you. So what I said,
Chief Executive Officer.
So you Chobona make an inferior and literally Choboy. It's like when I will bring or consistency. Because when himself be climbing from friend say you start to polling station chairman, secretary, then go to constituency. What the kakra class and rise it. Never be in the back politicians in room. School. Trust me, all those schooling abroad, they are aiming for citizenship.
Yeah.
Intimidating this salon.
They already have it.
Why are we rushing for this law? Because of Omumba, they all those politicians, they are fading out. Age is catching them. They are thinking about their children. The prima friend said dual citizenship.
You see, one thing that these super powerful nations that we see them, they don't undermine or underestimate is allegiance.
Allegiance, yeah.
They don't underestimate their allegiance. If you are an American, you are an American. You can't hold dual citizenship and climb to the top decision making. For you to know what they plan, what they want to do. Now I'm more a snippet of it, and I see go leak that information into other country. They will never allow you.
Yeah.
So we should wait and say, why are we allowing ourselves? Say, yes, the person is a Ghanaian. If you want to hold a public office,
renounce.
Well, my question actually was on the LGBT proper. But it looks as if so we have to fill this topic one day.
And
go into it.
Because back to that LGBT assembly and American. You see, when they now find their feet in the decision making house, in that powerhouse, where they can establish that power, by the time you realize, now they are everywhere.
So what is this book, this draft, this bill going to do to stop that?
So if you want this bill to be effective when it passes into law, you need to block that dual citizenship.
All right. Now let me come to you. This whole thing about LGBT, Okwana here say President Koya, Yan Family, Ghana for being more static or moderate training in the other. What you say? Would you say no? And no, because money and share. And as far as I'm concerned, sorry, a man is not on the table. Speaker is not talking about it anymore. Sam John is not promoting it anymore. Reverend Tim Fondo is preoccupied with cocoa farmers and other issues. Who is talking about LGBT in Ghana? For it to be a hindrance, say, Omampenya, ya said that selecting say award no. Yes, I withdraw award no on the last minute.
In my first submission, was a make choice say, and no mujina so de ba bem. And omujina so de ba bem no. Say twetwero mo bo. Omo edwini ho mienu. Nka president emeka nche say yenko back. So that's it. Na yenko kyerɛkyerɛ wo mu. The moral aspect na yenko kyerɛkyerɛ ye mofra no. Me say sankomo no ye di atwam. Meboa. Ye di sankomo no atwam. And sankomo no ye di atwam no. The NDC government as we speak here enti asese. Die okupo hu de rukyerɛ o manfo. The Uko Prichitia, the then sitting government. I ne wabem, ye is by everywhere, wabem. Make sure say obey the mama for. Because ne, me who say, the NT microphone can once no. Eh, say, Omeka say, oh, the goodwill no what is he.
He's good, he's winning now. He's
And
willing to win.
Sa goodwill no more can once. And then me know, because I got you say free go. And enche. O say asofo no mu bi akasa no krom ha said enu na wo kan ye out the baba mu iti hwe na yeden etu ho anamo
Akase prophecy no betie sim.
nti enche me se enche we akwaba ye gu nanim wase the pressure ne be sha say dey
amanto
we are sha say because what come tete ewiase nyina egu anim wase nke ye ka say anim gu ase mfata kani ba nke ye ka say anim gu ase mfata
Ghana ni ba
you say ebibiman ensoma
black south
of Africa but today the president of Tetsuwe a sign nenum kasa the chitafo num kasa efa ayensem be hunu ntino ene enugwase akwakoto obi enu ho be kasa was so sa.
Does he deserve it? I don't think he deserves that. I don't think the Lincoln Embassy is being diplomatically respectful with this move.
So no so nenam no o sresre friend say sa award no in some o ka kire Kufuado no the same thing on so you say Kufuado ko sresre say so sresre and then you farmer we say ubuofu and then the go for nyina ubuofu and am ka say president we stand with you
o fanya hwe agwa agwaje
e de man say ana me ye de man ko baje aka ho mi ti na woni maguase woni maguase and woni maguase no brefie na die
meeting there manage meeting in say there's a whole UN sitting now.
Oh yeah, Obefia. Sankumo yibedi ne proper. Because we say back on expire of parliament anamwa.
Yeah.
It is say we say government back when dem ka say government ne enye emfamla. Sam George. Sankrofo we bi no. We say almost a group bi e from Sikam PDD boys. And no more didn't no more kasa. The likes of Sam George, Felix of Osukwache. Yes, I made a fee and a crop from
Yabogro Kasa Tintino.
Only other ship,
yeah.
On other ship, Munti, or no, the Kosoa, as I see. So,
what you said, the typical example of booty bed.
Because you know that ship, my friend saying, only the Kosoa, as I see. So, John de Munyano. So, I say, it is sample for when you have company the boys, no, what's among us.
Yeah.
And maybe bar. Maybe I'm saying to me,
very well. That's the voice of Nana J. Perez. He is a communicator with the MPP here in Ashanti region. I'm also here with CJ Lewis, my very own right-hand man, and Richard Chidi. We have some messages on TikTok. Those of you who are asking where is our presence on Facebook, I keep reminding you that early April, we will resume our live streaming on Facebook. We're having some challenges, and I'm in a meeting with Mark Zuckerberg, ninti yepoya mesako America. Don't say Bombardier no wahantino. No wa share Zuckerberg na tumia solve sa matano. But here on TikTok, I have some comments here from Iron Boy 19. Okay, he said, "Ask Mahama, his people has worked more than 14 months. You cannot pay them, and you are there saying what?" Eric Osafo, thank you. He said, "I love the show." Eric, we love you back. And then we also have Fosu. Okay, Fosu just joined us. Lena also joined us. Those of you who are joining, please, you're welcome. Have fun, interact with others in real time. Pacho ateni no amamo na conform kakra. Na more gifts no so moche bia yebeche. That's I say. Thank you for tuning in. Now, I think we have some two outstanding issues to do justice to before we leave here. It's about 16 minutes after 7. This is live, my people. Feel it. Now, let's look at the last two, and then we can call it a night here in the studio. Teacher licensure exam. And same registration also, na fe da mama is no see na yabasu source no so. I think so we have touched on almost all of them. Aka sankof we mean nko. Now, my teacher license exam. This is 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Okay.
So what is happening?
Well, on say during the campaign 2024 campaign. 2024 campaign can say a turning point for politicians. Because see how can say bia when you better how papa. Because see a digital footprint, you know.
Yeah.
Footprint, you know. It doesn't erase. Erased is always there. Until your bachelor, you come, you do cast and two and a few moments later. Now, and you see any who's also somebody in Kwasi.
Yeah.
So what I say, man, can you cry? where the NDC they going for the 2024 election. There are several promises that will be key Emma teacher training. We say license right by President Mama so want to say Wako school 4 years at that time it was 3 years because it was a diploma. Wako 3 years why exam say at the end of every semester or term. Now where we are on say Misan Kwaye license exam say they came. That's what he said. Now I'm to what didn't be say na sebi. There are several professions sir. All these exams and but at the end of the day no mutual licensing. Yeah. So I'm not in say and then the painful aspect of it they say teachers na kasakwa were happy for the licensure except say be omo akakra mo retirement no they were not happy because the young generation knew say omo to me too kwan omo too kwan they are being asked for the license such as a teacher.
What's your license as a teacher?
So as I said, they were happy to say me were about 3 or 4 friends that they're in America teaching because of this licensure. Yeah. Without it, they could have been there teaching.
All right.
Until we knew the point of how Anna Mahama point I know Janswa. Na Ghana Francasa na yemfeni. Hwekwam Buru say Kufu Ado Ankasa. Nanka obetuma ka say teacher training free na na adwena amaso. So what I say teacher training Ankasa. Kufu Ado could have say why you free say the free SH. Let me tell you why. Yeah. When you say obu fees pay at the end of the year, yeah. They pay once in a year. Yeah. And only men do 4,000
at the teacher training.
At the teacher training, apart from so being a degree, no more allowance 400 every month, 400 cities every month. Until their fees was not even up to 4,000, it was under 3,000 or so.
One off, you pay,
you are done. No more 400 cities every month, 400 times 12, you say.
And yet, 8 months, they go to school for 8 months.
Fair enough. That's okay. It's okay. Let me go by 3 on the calculator.
12 solid.
So 400 by 12 is a calculator the moment.
You do by
412. That's 48.
So literally, they will be in school for free.
Yeah.
And what you know?
It's a feed you account.
Yes, if you do account 3 times, I want to neighbor. You feed you 3 times plus accommodation. Yeah. And then feeding one no crump a trick by one so Emma
at teacher training.
Oh Charlie.
Whoa.
Emma.
Whoa.
So what I say? Emma. And what you automatic post or promise say woman.
Emma.
And you be my
allowance.
Every crash actually there 9 months, 12 or 13 months.
My sister. Is a minister of the home February.
What I say?
Because they say so boy na
teacher training as teachers Ankasa NDC party teachers in the from day one. Okay, NDC what Mahama one abemu and you can say more chalk and more chalk. Okay,
Mrs.
And watching the teachers there, you more pay at the academy. Same thing as I repeating. So that's a thing. Young friend, I buy 80 million Emma allowance 400. SRF do 3 times. Who treat my be better says 3 times and it's a 4 times I don't know. When they for who you do 3 times 400 and then a friend say automatic posting in them back license that also be trouble you are breaking you 10.
Chidi, what do you make of it? You seem to agree with the party on almost everything.
Politicians trap themselves with their own ways. What I say, I remember President Akufo-Addo 2016 on the campaign. It is only a field government that goes to IMF. And when they need an answer ready to buy, they have no option than to go to IMF. Now, campaign you do politicians say to cancel. Now, Mahama crime I always say, and throw a crime them when I used to kakra and now 2024 campaign I am to meet us here and my President Mahama campaign ni bi kakra Bosha or say enemy cheater fu ni bi no mo ensem mo kekan no na wo hwe ene o mo ba ba mu no e bra na o mo bona ene de o mo ka ene ba ebra me kwa me frame majority leader or can say they never promised to scrap.
Sometimes
I was shocked when I saw it. It's like, do you think the Ghanaian that you see them they are fools?
Yeah,
the Ghanaian of 1957 they are the same Ghanaians.
I cringed when I heard him say that.
Yeah, the same Ghanaians.
You were very na. I don't know. 1 second. So we heard the Dr. Mwakonhe a painting. A friend say interchange so now about for can say hey he's going to sway the youth to end this. I'm saying free SHS. I can't be sure depending on where you
come. Yes, but what is now what he's doing is
free SHS. Free using Uncle MPP. What is doing printing?
I didn't know. Very nice. I appreciate it. And
the moment distracted, continue where you see
there. And somehow the canon. I was having a conversation with CJ behind the scenes, and I was telling him, say, your principles are your supreme laws. Don't change your principles. You can. The only time you change your principles is when you apologize, and that's when your principle changes. The president said, "You will scrap." What's the synonym for scrap? Abolish, cease to exist,
cancel. Remove,
dismiss, remove. All right.
And I'm happy that you shame the people who say you review means cancel. Number of mukasi may review you cancel. You've been able to shame them, but you've not been able to shame the people who say the teacher and social exams now can arbitrate to me.
See, the shame will be there has not been any review with free SHS. Review be by review be another.
I'm saying
the shortest score remain the same.
I'm saying something. Say they shame the people who were saying the review meant what cancel.
And I make sure say that review now ambassador.
They didn't also cancel.
They didn't want to because they had not done that review.
No.
Even
if they do the review, it's
not cancel. But review now can
but I'm speaking to those who were saying the review means cancel.
Okay.
If you haven't cancelled it, you told the people that teachers for no more exams in Kwasi they were stressed out in name and over concern.
Exams are
Nobeka said he will inculcate it in their final years, but that too none has what happened.
Materialized.
They are still writing. Politicians,
in fact, the fees for that licensure exam
it has been
increased by almost 40 or something percent.
You see, Ghana how I did about Ghana for the pie from food. So we are from food. Yes,
yeah.
By who are there? Because we could
or Gadi.
You know the original minister.
But we are campaign. You the numbers say be oh, Baumia, Mama,
oh, there is Baumia, the right example.
They can't say
in Japan,
they can't say them killing Baumia, uni hands down. Got TikTok, social media, so
yeah.
But last one, if a movie from 30 to 41. The gazetted one is 41 point something.
See, 2024 election day. Man over the brain one. Until they say so much a few moments later. Because the person who they didn't a few moments later now. They spoke so much say because we are my better worry. What to one pass? Hey, that me cry about me to say because in some way can achieve. Maybe teacher ni. Na yes e be automatic posting na
say sa for full as I beg Ghana for the ekoyi na wa adwum no mo say o because so as Ghana phone complain we musu beto na e do election na wa ka say na akwa ka che say ba bi challenge exams in wait to won twem and you say Ghana is about to tell you say because 20 hour on form of a look at the cocoa buy. Some of the cocoa farmers are bold to say any top a 20 hours.
Let's have bold on me, some 20 people, more 20 people. Or when you have cocoa bag. And see, they say, lines are back for we. Oh, how hard the cocoa are they? Or we bag that way.
Yeah. See, your hands will be your lenses. And you see, what you said is your principle. Stand by it.
So how come they cannot?
How come you are struggling to cancel?
Yeah.
I mean, communicator we or NDC communicator we are not canceling. By August we will cancel.
Hey.
If you are seeing a coin, you guys is on. Hey, one that professional or maybe on for education we are So you train professionals because the foundation of every nation is education.
Yeah.
The people that you are imparting knowledge in them today, take up that decision making role.
Yeah.
So if you don't have quality people who impact them, and the teacher near our bro and a teacher near an papa no, look at the kind of impact of the man crown.
Chili, I don't think say politicians fully agree with Sawaka's foundation of every nation's education. I don't think they agree. Where yet Yanu be catcher say before or security of friends say friend say 500,000 in the security forces. The area when and cover chrono. What I say, no nanchen. This you send this introduce quota in the training colleges.
I see.
And wouldn't you prefer say about training now? Even training colleges are degree friends are awarding institutions.
Yeah.
Would you not prefer say they train these people as a friend say well educated with degrees in other ventures than Saudi quota basically you say on train to no vagabond oba no akwa akonyem obi abranche kama no adane travel on him
the quota now o can.
So what I say,
I can't know himself is being trapped by his own ways.
yes. Both teacher training and nursing training you go back to quota system.
So we then say it shouldn't be cancelled because any man who the people that the teacher near who could teach at uni college now are the exams are what they some complaints say some exams questions in the board elephant.
Exams been
but as a teacher now what could school I to know you need there are very professional need there don't take anything for light.
Nana
Senior
a day na President Mahama ni NDC aban every time some betwem na busumi say 15 months 14 to 15 months ni omontumi ntwem.
Senior so simple say nsemo a oka no mrebi atwem say Ghana for ye yare a refie no eno bi na amano ene oye mampani beboa.
Yeah,
because say Ghana for asemo kan so see ye yare a refie a nkenya dia ka President Mama there's no way about me ababedi mampani biom
obdi
but today it's say ye yare a refie nti no ye president.
Yeah,
because ordinance nu ye num nyina ahwe eno num
everybody
jenei the open or the ye and Ghana for ntia say enyoma ya wo de ye Ghana for ni nyina no echepepe say in 2028 oni obi eni akontabo bia.
of course. Yeah, but we won that severally.
Oni ye ni akontabo bia it is saying this betumi across so ntumi cross enye natem ono no de na open say Rollins bedi 8 years yes Air Force Republic yat Kufuor twa 8 na na do danko Kufuor do twa 8 ade no no kwa so twa 1 enti na wo pray ekoka nyankopon ani bedi mampani ni bio no de na obedi yi ne nsama wo kai ni nyina in opposition ene oye the other way round jene hwede ode teacher trainees any teacher for because me kai say President Mahama eka chewo mu say oni de ntia wo say sa de ne ba de to aba no ma no be den
But seven.
o se be ye free ho iti o be ye free ho no na teacher for bo mu nsem share den the man
Buzela so jimu
ene ka chere de say oh ye be den
e be trauma
be to aba na ma iti na nyema MPP ayi ma chirechirefo ni nyinara it's sad bo sha President Mama de chewo mti o mu refi ni nyina na mo koto abama Joma ama o mo to abama Joma ama ene wa chirewo mu se ni o kan him ontume nye why it's ene
yeah
the majority leader to me kachire ehwe Ghana nyina over 30 million population hwe enim kase President Mama nka wo ba bia da.
No, he was lying.
It's in the omo person mo tell say NDC fo e de omo nsa kika ye num atwe e no hunu say esi bie ni Ghana fo
Na ayarga so amfana.
Esi de bi o Ghana
wo no ayarga amfana kwa.
Na ka se wo num a
gofo dem no.
Esi e wo num a. Na ka President Mama etumi atikoko fo efensen esika so. What so? Eno na enya wo ya. Teacher fo asemo ka che mo wanye.
Yeah.
Ama ka che abai djuma efo se. Ghana fo djuma efo nyas obo bete electricity bill bo. Ene watum. Esi wo wanum.
Almost have to crack.
Esi wo wanum. Esi nu wanum ntina President Mama odi anyoma eye Ghana fo no. Nje ne wona okoto abama no say omra no be yi sa license exam so one one free on because and no nyino mo say si for mo for ba na o meto ba tia o aya mu ntie wo mo commentary no and na mo hwe Ghanaian youth no ntie wo mo commentary no because in some microphone kai nyina with the 24-hour economy and then nyina no atonsuom ni nyinara atonsuom
okay
it's a Ghana for utie wo mo nkomo na uzo oni o mo kaza o mo se e wo so mbofu de ba ya no mo ye o de say 4 years wa ya
asokrewe
4 years wa ya
bakrewe bra
it's a na me no kaza wo ze makokoko going areas na ba
I see
ye call on ye the minority ne call on because ye ko do tepa e kwan lo kwan pe e na che ye dwabo bia na MPP ni NDC abo NDC fo akofo akoko kuafo bia beguo no be lecture wo mo o tepa haya
say won ye
NDC fo wo right and MPP fo ekobo dwawo e left
yeah
ye drew the minority ni drew on one when this focus is how more mobile lecture we say 2500 ye che 3600 omu nyina ji boom
eba
wo the minority MPP for
I see
eko ka kire wo say mon kai asema and the guta any penny for and no person mo come as mo fine they call the minority jene ma bibia na da mi musa dankwa ne research no de na kruwa no be say oguso tafro ndisi for na adwene
okay
on tafre honko because NDC for meteno menino no more da buyer
very well that means on the subject of we are not the me pay for na some me so be am one you and the intina NDC for to me license and info and license and no daddy
because we free why any they need a license to practice as a professional teachers.
Thank you. Yanko yenim afi yanko so no but before then no my update some don't say real registration no dentia na da be na chance no mama no kwan na
na be kwa do kan you nti you and so I wish so honorable median ka obeba
why dey boy okay
kono abeba ha
yeah
what no achele Ghana fu because as a we can dey na okasi afọ ni so na ACA ni Ghana card ni the bibi match 81% for the match 90% for the match and you no catch say stubborn academy
yeah
no more register
yeah
and we visit our stubborn academy
of our home register
stubborn academy can the mass one thing check
so for home register o kaso register na o Ghana card ni bi
this internet we call internet masses when they rebel on you you matter what you can explain hey asema can you empower and I make your principles are your supreme laws I didn't ask you no my union even I can say more go register Ghana politicians no they are no also akoba adubu no ebi ani se more kan mi nya time nti ni
I see
ebi ani se ahe no na wo maso
ba wo de na mi musa we say unya time nti ekura na o paso to say fraudsters bi system no mo duping of for mobile networks and mobile lines enti no na o paso o say registration no na and then I make every hour registration because there's always a fraud somewhere I think that's that is why he wants to do that
when he email
what's it
when he create Gmail
these Google brothers
but obi fast Gmail na include
yeah na Hillary Clinton quite a problem with emails
America keep investing to fight fraud so what the question now based on what you're saying would the re-registration
and solve forever
or it will solve it to a certain extent that's what I want to know
me too
because no matter what where they you see I was watching Kofi Kapito this morning on Joy
the good old Kofi Kapito
what can say me
yeah
or see the people that are registering people they use people's Ghana card or our registration it is our registration we are that's a telcos for no and my question say vendors need to register obi for to register obi same manner new same manner that's in the pakoni do big Ghana card ba and I say be as Ghana card no be registration na nobody go for that okochi say ni pana
They didn't card the why not?
So if we flag a Ghana card twice, then they will delete it or.
No, the Ghana card must not be deleted, but it must be stopped or restricted from, being used to do something like that. To be frank,
and Komona Sam George, it be an ewu.
Until no was or no one got until no was.
Let me give him that benefit of that because I don't know. It be an ewu, but because of him, needs him your kind. Just Stubborn Academy. Once I buy, and people are referring to one thing. Stubborn Academy. Stubborn Academy. Then register. Because you catch some register. Now, call me Ghana card. And somehow catch the Esla Usuno. And Sansom now almost AKB Achewa won't see Sansom maybe the last time I was he's trying to correct Esla Usu flood, and I say block lupus bang. I said no can. You don't get what he's trying to communicate. I'm saying ko banan ko tiana ko be that feel na otia. Maybe o kan brofo no machiri mu twi aman o kan brofo no machiri mu twi. And also bit ma kan twi a on kan twi ni enti okay. Na registration I got and I bet it will come with no cost. I don't bet you see 5 cedis. What I bet you say NCA bear the cost o bet telcos. Now why the bear cost o bet you free.
Yeah, do bet you free baby. Okay, CJ what do you want to say?
When some media medical can, but this some job say person some Ghana near Kaina, Kalabuya, Telcos for the buye, the bini western part of the world, the bini baby. Say me the musika to me for swat
on this, yeah.
Na me transfer mawa. Ultimate percentage you abra anya mimboro scanning through.
Yeah, musika.
E mean see baby. There's Zelle, there's paper. You only take me a meji through 100 percentage. See, my transfer is Kabia Mobisi. Ya teme 7 CD as charge. Who are me music Canada so. The Pakwa send their bomb and yet. Besu me send ya teme asem we can we ase ben. Enya Ghana Hana sebi better am abo fa bu e kwase a. Enya politician ya nyi so omo fire ho. Who opposition who can also we ba obe my flat rate.
DSTV asem no go see.
So what I say, DSTV a choice. But now the mobile money is a source of a friend transactions. I bet too much, even better than bank. Convenience of mobile money. No, it's in trauma take or say we kiss come from
data book.
So what I say, where are confirmed me say there this code star 402 star 1.
Who there? Boss is here. Ghana card, Ghana card.
To watch na bobo.
Star 402 star 1 hash.
Yeah, BT actually
star 402
star 402 star 402
star 1 hash.
I didn't hear
about
star 402
star 1 hash.
1 hash.
I never heard it.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
USD running. See, who the statue.
I don't want Ghana card.
Yeah.
No, every number be you register to Ghana card. So what I say? Tell me, Osla started by this registration now to Stubborn Academy buy. Who some girls could try national TV say. Says Osla so problem. You were slate or ho.
Yeah.
You were a friend say passport or ho. You were driver license or ho. Osla call me now. Don't use technology. How can you think like this?
Yeah.
That time, no, they didn't have their biodata apart from passport and their biodata. The rest didn't have complete biodata. But also the Ghana card, I want complete biodata, including your facial and your fingerprint. I hear this, and then it has been audited. I mean, we say 80% of them have been verified. Upe say ofa kwatu kwan bi aso anu say we eduma. But say oil minister friend say jata person say we eduma. E Kwasi Mensah telcos for the buye. If I have my money and I want to transfer my money, they can't take every person off the transfer. It doesn't exist anywhere.
It doesn't even make sense.
It should be a flat rate monthly. Now be charge me, not charge me. Yeah. Say weekly, now be charge me, not charge me something small. Be transfer 10,000. I have to pay over. Why? You first as a low income was single registration. What's the point of this?
Okay, it gave me the options. I see. I don't have my card in my pocket. I have to check and see how many may also. Can we move on? Let me have Nana. We have about 20 minutes before we leave, and we have one big outstanding issue, which is the soul sourcing. I'll have a bite on the soul sourcing.
Continue. Senior, Debia Mekasa Nyankopon or Abu Cherry.
Yeah, Abu Tari. Abu Cherry. Right?
So to say,
yeah.
Because Ushesa in Penifubia, yama omu dibre omu di o mine nim as we speak. Ase omu nyina obi anka no kore.
Ampo.
Including President Mahama himself.
That's too harsh.
Ampo.
Omu kan
it's not harsh.
No,
It's true.
Because
perceive
in someone
This speaker Babinzi.
omo kan ye
You were double. President Mahama.
just
Kafra.
16 months ago. Ene the ekoswa. Who says microphone in Kanokre?
Yeah.
Shasam George.
LGBTQ.
In Sembena, one tina radio suni TV swanka. Mesi Ghana for angry now. Mesi Ghana for angry now. Na mini say sa re-registration e di asemba ba pay.
Ampo.
They say e di asemba ba pay wo kro wim. Because you be bun kama faso o MTN office. You be bun kama faso o Telecel office. LTT go office you be bun kama faso. Na di asemba ba o kro wim. E di na wo ji wo kro. Itimu de intwobo kwa na mobile kro ha. Maye madwe say munum mpanifo mo beti.
Jintobo ngo ente no mo yes ade.
Na registration.
My member kakana wait 1 second. Asampa no waka no. Me say ko DVL sisi ase ko any transaction over there. Say DVL for generate omo invoice ne de mawa. O number connected to Uganda card no. Invoice ne be baso. Uka say we yes we verify na bo Uganda card number ne say ho. Then your Ghana card details entire will come on your phone for you to verify you. So how can you tell me say my phone my number is
in trouble? Our person what TNT.
Senior, me try. Now weekend because I say young na me hear on Akusua no 2.0.
Yes.
Akusua raised a very key issue. Also like osa me say some reason can say app, you beat me the app na den ISI registration. And omo mu nkrase no. Obo no obo kroma obi a 2-3 months no ababa ako. Okohwe no be enu kokofu na odo ne buy bi. Say nipa no ba no be register ne sema o make sure say same no onyira no phone. The phone na be ni nyam. Such a person who catch and say be a baby on internet access credit man. When you say registration or bedding to be fakka phone must have a crew.
The all canon say app no. What's a fraud?
Yeah. Aside fraud.
It's fraud no. And then it will come her. And go for to make creative apps baby. Similar.
Yeah.
Those we did to sakwa.
Yes, I be registration for fraud.
Sam George, ne sama work can insist so.
That
me. Anya me wan da. Say President Mahama, the first reshuffle obey no. Sam George become.
E no me boni di woni fele to kwacho fosu.
Anya me wan kra.
Obi abeka chem say kwacho fosu a darling boy
because
president.
Ne ya. Ne ya boy no. Oh. Eya dia. Egu aban nanim ase. Na me yem de. Because salary registration say e dia semeba. Because Ghana card Musha se mo ntumi anye.
Catch him go with some more register.
Oh, first say don't get here.
Yes.
Utro koma NDC for nyina. Sama mo koye Ghana ka. The MPP force e mo person di wi abam 2020.
I remember. I remember.
Enei Ghana card ya ye. Ama ne ukwu wiase afa na nyina. O maje Ghana card na tum.
They are even looking at
is it ICOs or something or this international airport across the world.
Yeah.
And then me no say over 40,000 airports across the world. Aji Ghana Canada too.
Why not? It's very possible.
The initiative of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud.
Airports quite brass.
So that's it. And then Oko amanone one lecture be no UCC you say yes. Also Oko car is it German you say? All bano. No, also the passport na one so who say what mixing with the Ghana card.
Now the whole passport no one Ghana card. Buy data here.
It's dear na Sam George ji okruma. And now it's fraud. Hey. Sister New London. Ebechomune. Sister New London ebechomune. Enya de ebechomune.
They say record another fraud after na.
Say
another big issue man.
Say kran. No. Omutumi play to wadwenya to the extent say one hwe yia obe feel say bia o je eye bibi wo phone so normal those details ni akwa kokodu omo miminim guy bi office auto data say the bug data bia ba mo me
yes
app na ba office say ayade a omo ye ne normal ayi no and na me no ka say sa kwa no so obe 2300
It is
obo sa the details so to 100 Ghana say a year ebe ma no a year sa data oti na ni na nisika na match
deɛ na ɛkɔ so okrom ha yi na ɔba ba yɛ catch am say yɛnkɔ yɛ read registration mun put system in place I bet me check it
like what
because
like was he synchronizing all the database network system
na ene Ghana card your SNET number your TIN number
yeah
and NHI utumi use
yeah
so I say
yeah
MPP wo ho no yeah new to the extent say and now go America na yesu green card ne sa card na udim yi ye pese ye bi o man ye de ekokoduru but nkofo dey tro na be to me and next emagu everything okrum emagu bi okrum and then can e kra na utra ofie utumi pepa na to wo electricity and then kra sa code no kra ehoden wo ye kra ntumi nko
ye ntumi nto ayo
sa code bi is it start to 66 ash you say start to 66 ash and no bo kra ntumi nto ayo code
and some does it ministry
and then data for the way I saying data not to to say a saying inframa every day maybe internet is only the kind of sikan crofoni air consuming and then we do once a monka once any the anchor and then DSTV or buy or say the topmost priority DSTV Mokacha and say Jubilee House or President Mama banning ba fali so fosu kwa cheso da kacha so no yusu bo no
so no information
minister na mo se ma bani ma minister bi enyuzi
no I also
na why
presidency communication
me say David Kotiamo report
don't bring that one
Kotiamo report President Mahama kasa wa bani no man o na ka say ma minister bia mbeki any public offense say ade a be take the public person Mahama Kojina, you can say free fertilizer. No, we also discuss our cabinet. We just came to him no kind.
Now, and you also want to be a code of conduct to be between you. A friend and money ministers, no, for GBB. I want not to your private jet.
I think that one okay.
Who to your private jet? I would did sanction to ministers.
Yeah.
Me, I'm not surprised. And corruption national is here to at sea.
For want of time, let's add this one to it as well. You all can have yours, then I'll have mine. But if you let me, I can have it in 1 minute. So in my question. They have make a cry. NBC put the door last previous years. And now as a way as a chill, but you chill because so in Ankasano, and illegal. And the entire constitution too much, sir. Yes, we are man for the room to speculate say or cronies and at the moment. But maybe the I'm supporting sources, and especially for the first 2 years of any government party, especially with me for 8 years. Here much it. When go for the party, no, but we is kind of free, no. There's not like free lunch. See it, I can.
Who are couple son or the abroad?
What I say, who are $1 million contract to be a winner, and what great home base at $300,000 so what's what the party, no, because Martin Fiache. Sadu Nipano, the party ba bemo never see and I bet you the train come back. Now, many Yamanika say, ABC for now, Tromonisa, DB or Muye, assist or Muni, man, the cry for the source of Muni Bida. How could you took a CB trim, President Mama CB trim, Nipa Bears a 4, including government Sabuda. We now can CB trim. I know over source na air pile. I hope it ends here this year. No one from
Bebekoso.
Thank you. Maybe may take.
Yes. Now, Bebekoso. Ofa of the manifesto. So NDC manifesto.
Yes.
Or say enforce compliance with the public procurement law to stop the abuse of sole sourcing and other breaches.
Abuse.
NDC for you.
It was written in 2020 manifesto.
Okay.
NDC for manifesto.
Yeah.
And I criminalize this way.
Yeah.
The whole press conferences.
Sami Jamfi, Eddie baby. And then Sami Jamfi, let me catch her and say, and you're bonny. We see Nakopon on transfer. Because say Nakopon Basses, yeah, and it's Nibia Bokobun Samjim. Because of some of my day, Maka.
But in Fona, I ain't it here too.
That's a bit of
Nashan Diomoye, Omoking,
or Kalidison.
This is a Nakopon Banne, and then India. in some microphone can 60 months ago.
Yeah.
And then Nedi Omo Yeya. Obia Boko Munsam, and this is painful. Obia Boko Munsam. Because no criminalizing. No to 2 dia Odo Krum Ati. Ama and name no say road contract or Madiamano. Minia, the chain say MPP this one. No say a kilometer of road. Almost near the say
500 and something thousand.
Yeah. Almost say
500 and something thousand Ghana.
And a kilometer of road under NDC. I had 27 million Ghana cedis.
Send them as a sign.
27 million Ghana cedis. And you must say, don't amount for me. I don't say cement waba for. I don't say I was waba for. And a kilometer of road under this NDC government. I had 27 million Ghana cedis.
Maybe the quality of
Ghana cedis.
27 million. In Kanisi can say 270 billion
for just 1 kilometer.
And then some year 23 kilometer road. Omo Ghana 640 million Ghana cedis.
Special road Biana.
Special road. Omo say road need that hono mo kwakoye
rehabilitation.
Yes. And I'm not kasi.
Wow.
640 million.
Sapiti be any man.
Be on the system for is a bitumen say be on your normal year. Can it choose one?
Resurfacing Libya.
Me no kasi. The Modiji Ghana no. It is so senior mo ye won. Krono mo de be Ghana e okuro no. Enye ntumi nso awokuma. 23 kilometer of road. Yet the Ghana 640 million Ghana.
We divide this 640 million by 23 and now 27 million per kilometer.
Per kilometer
of road. Ghana road.
But no same people or almost 500,000. Omo tibi da. Omo tibi da.
So in
wow.
Wow.
So it in control way and this for just 16 months ago. And someone no more can different from a Nedi Omo Ye.
All right, Nana. Chidi,
was he?
Well, you have 2 minutes.
Me and Wakebi. You see, when soul sourcing is not something that is crying, and me can see me say the power principles are your laws.
Yeah.
So me say me catch yourself me no mo say be one. It's my principle. Who say my tongue adekra 1% alcohol. I break my principle. You can never trust me.
Maybe I'll trust you. One of the
and come on define soul sourcing who chroma. Say soul sourcing. Idea MPP for the US car. Soul sourcing tina who say organ are intimate complete. Now soul sourcing will be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Buy the big unless say a emergency. I'm asking myself say based on the Kujoto's narrative. Big push, you know, a emergency. But was the soul sourcing agent?
I wonder.
Because I did agent they say by best 7 months time we see but we do more it be end around 2027, right? September, August 2027.
So a long-term project.
Long-term project. So was he demanding for soul sourcing? By law, if you not break any procurement, and actually you've not breached any procurement, but you've breached your own principle. The principle was that soul sourcing wasn't the right way to go.
My father says to break a promise is like telling a lie.
Yes.
So if you promise a child, I'll buy this ticket.
And then maybe if you say the goodwill is there, it's in your kakra Ghana for a time will come. The same people that are praising you are the same people that will look in your face. Oh, you're truthful. Now I catch you say so no background. I told my friend something. Say the president to say I won't pretend. My people are engaged in Galamsey. A very serious statement for the NDC in the future.
It's an indictment.
Very serious. Because if Galamsey issue, ESA getting worse. Now
it doesn't gotten better.
Some cars and back. To them it is better. To some Ghanaians it's better. But when they see it as worse, that statement will come back and hit the party.
All right.
And it will hit the candidate already. Because Akufo the statement be hit by Omia.
Sure.
And some of the statement too will hit the candidates that will do the NDC.
Okay.
It is affecting her too. It is affecting her too. Although the question can say, Yakupon. Although they can say, MPP for them, ACC. The people were saying 7,000.
No, about 6,500.
Almost 1 year as well.
They are Kupuku Nakayo.
No, I told us was I told us he was on the platform.
Okay.
Not probably bring actually. Yes.
We buy brick. And I wish I tell on my Facebook page. Time has a beautiful way of answering all questions.
Yeah, it does.
And surprisingly, Coco you should see I was a reality above from. But for your program and when the guys won't announce your credibility is at stake.
Yeah. And your potential ambition is also at stake.
Your credential, your credibility, your integrity is at stake. How will a cocoa farmer trust you? But you never catch you and say, "Oh, I didn't every man 5,000." But catch you say, "Oh, the man 5,000." Cry, they check bit man rabbit too. I catch you so yeah.
All right, thank you. And then let me come to you, CJ.
Yeah, because with my view on this topic, you know, one, may deviate kakra for more points say on breaching law bia.
Okay.
To me, on breaching law.
Okay.
Law on breaching here, for instance, social contractor or money here koi.
Okay. Yeah. It's the most important law.
Yes, that's the most important law. Any social contractor on here koi say there's no way we will be practicing the era of so sourcing or so friends say so sourcing. At the end of the day, you know. The engineer so source in a buy. You will product be or have you will be a honoma. There's only one person or only few that can do it.
Expertise job.
Expertise job. Opportunity we are seeing that person unya cry just so so. So it makes sense say obe so source to that person. Now say be a quite sapity. Me am tie me fakia ba ko na me fa ankro be miensa na me kofa butu make akra sapity metimi ai. Na so source sapity a a job for the boys. Say na Kwasi ka say already to no feel say motra position cha because of what you see kakra we say we kakra no or say pesika na dey mo. Ye nchichire o man sa. O man ni bebo ye dom party see ye party na ideology di. Until ye sponsor party. Ye sponsor party dom party say me benye ska be fum ska. So what I say? It to me I believe say so we hear so one person be so kind of crash say we minister ko say 40 something 41%.
Out
of 107 81 so source.
That's about 70.
That is 75%. That's 72. The 20 now can say restrictive tendering. Now there are many involved in this and none of the road you know agent road, none of them. Again, none of the quantity is so special say any contractor cannot do it. It is just a way of saying let's pay back let's make some people rich. I don't want to say say the name Muhammad Kasa mafia no. They say we make Kasa be mafia, be them in Kasa. But we really say deliberately, you know, or what finding means say you make a particular group of people be rich in this last 4 years of Muhammad's administration. Because yes sir, just in 1 year over 75% of your roads so sourcing and the restrictive tendering, which is complete 100%.
Yeah.
Well, none of them. I was reading 4th estate. None of the 101 was done through proper open tendering. No, it has so sourcing out 81 out of the 107. So the rest restrictive.
Yeah. Party for nature.
Yes.
I was for Nana, my last words. I didn't.
Now, so the question. Now, actually, then Dr. Frank Amakunya. I said, we radio, we didn't painting back or quality. Painting very nice. And then so you I did go and obedi. Once you some red paint go on the map, be prepared. Or let's say you read, I don't know why I now red painting on their first one. You need to redesign everything.
So that is bad. This is evil. I haven't seen that. Evil. It's evil.
Office CCTV camera combo. Oh, I'm catching a security for non CCTV camera.
That is very evil. Reservation. All they are portraying. Offensive my reservation. How they are portraying this morale they are doing. As if say a something unique. A job of a regional minister. It's not a job of a regional minister. Again, as if it's something that to sway the youth into NDC. Hey, VSHS crime sway you to the NDC. Not painting morale. But so we transfer for paint for destroy there. That is terrible. These people. And someone who had and so much for two.
politics na you krom ha net time they tia make us say time and say etna krom ha NDC for na some say oh Ranga oh we need a youth in Ashanti region MPP or MPP for who so krom ha iti ade oyi o perform kasa krom ha iti almost oh and MPD boni bi ntare MPP for maybe to me as a politician I'm a here me hunu enioma ekos
any gumba mo bono de
minim say
and this is my year
ayo mo NDC for no
yes
to say
MPP
MPP
because we obviously say the party of party as MPP
and also some say omo airport bi achina momo how mo askwa hona police for ho bebo
yeah
and your building CCTV camera see ho
the tower
go and check no hu ni akro
mbo
say enya moa na makoye za de na the cameras no police stations wo
mo hona no ha
mun ko hwem na mun pese mu ni akro na sa politics we me nya bio because mu tumi yes ade no just to say yem penti MPP for
MPP wo mu nya sade
MPP nya sade no ye for what na interchange ye ni see o amaka no samre no ye see event saying asquare interchange no ni oni SS1
any FSA
yes yes of interchange no class 5 mebwa no only class 5
minim
Saturday no class 5 you ready akwe ya maintaining that today jere na bakaza some say MPP and also omuntiase MPP wa be mu they should call akwani esagime act the former MC every year mo paint ekoka ho
ekoka de ho
mo ko paint interchange
yes e mo anya no morals and painting
Saturday we na how we did it and on record na me nkedio
FM mo
Dr. Frank Amoakohene say ne nyimia ne kai say e de na onye me bio me time so nye hwe ne mo me pese me kire say on kan kore
ale no kore
na credibility ne credibility no oto won say free ho because show ukotwa ntro e wo Facebook page e de to Akufo-Addo baba so say ade na wo ye wa ayi askwa no eno no e save your man with $25 million $25 million is a save you on my way when
how say parents you were in fair say Akufo-Addo baba no
and ne obi anti asese Janem Kroma
yeah
one Ghana city crown
Jam Kroma
yamfama
she came out to say that
one Ghana city crown one year for my way and me oh yes e paint no one kind ono ni first person this and man e ba krom ase oh yes ade no ye nyankrofo mo twantro to Akufo-Addo ene ne ba so say wo kukuru e contract $25 million amane and regional minister no kokebi eno na e ma me ni bre won so say ada na odi sa throw ma o credibility e wo
all the diagro
eye hodi
on all the diagro and
the regional minister me issue ne say me na neje me hu so aye bibia okrum enioma MPP ya wo Ashanti region na eno na busu ho
asmo anya Ashanti first
what is Ashanti first impact in say because say when this boys now dey moko akoye a program na impact in say
this has a hype no for more compared to last
no I am that say wo so what I say and now moko hia kra ba ko bi moko ka so moko ye is it moko fra artist na say eyi bi moko tenatena yi mo ho na me call mo social no must to me live for TikTok and I me bottle ho say on for audience in Nigeria or the audience in Nigeria nipa be 15 minutes
as a papa she ya so no
nipa 15 BPN net ho
we pray
Ashanti first to 1 impact and say
all right
who events and Chidi and I'm
Chidi yeah Richard
ote ya never so be na unye free so akosema nsa fa so be na unye free so
maybe sama
CJ
entertainment person
you see you can be entertainment person you see creative is onumu anamebwa and then yemo na motetete amode yezade it is like amotumi abomode wo bae na matwas creative high school no wa igade na be koso
enkomo ho
ikiye bibi papa ho
okay nana
it is regional minister na say e show bitrim say na na ejei etan na on pena se mo da bi nemo de me pese me kanene say onye adwuma ma Asante na concept party no the region yen adores
all right
simple
thank you on the issue of say your time no na mon penasem no nina kurase kasa. What I say in politics you don't do that. Or no bibie ni ho ni mo se bie no onye bi. Or bia no de na refer say was save or man $25 million. In other places he should be called and answer how he saved or man $24 million. But he did. He said that. And he has been picking on people. I don't know why when somebody picks on him, then you all turn on that somebody and say you are being disrespectful. Stop that.
Nah, he do what them. And I campaign and a regional minister. Mama Kasim, chief of staff, and President Mama Munti. Regional Minister Frank Amaku will influence capre. They say will influence capre. They say some person who are more quite answers quite because I'm going to be regional ministers and influence or a mebuno son and any. Or from Margin. So maybe be Ashanti region. Mufis Ashanti region.
It's just a social media presence that he has. That's one I can verify. The Ashanti Fest is not a game changer yet, but it's a good idea that must be kept. And but it will survive.
The only game changer, because sorry, a bit my banner say we need a theater. So what I say.
Thank you.
So we see one also yeah Ashanti Fest. Now we see theater. I'm Ashanti regional. What was so to Bobo Santas.
Na na mawuda actors na sorry no so. Unti the guy. Tefa we ba with my enye hwe. No for bibi meto board no so.
Abuja for ya for ene. Na nyame ya aduma if ya da Obosa ehuyefia yo nkomo Fred beba ene binua be ma Chidi Richard ewa ha na Otafrija kwabena ampra tachi ewa ha na ye hoho ba kwa in fact we many hoho and ofemu wa ye na AJ Pires also a communicator for MPP. We have touched on almost every issue we raised. We hope that we'll be following Facebook, TikTok and YouTube. All the feed will be given to you base by base. Until next week, good night.
Said that my